Oh yeah, good vibes. Good vibes. When you're a kid, there are many things that you are afraid of. For me, some of the things I was afraid of was, I was afraid of the dark. Mom, I'm scared. It's dark in here. Anybody in here can relate to me? Anybody in here can relate to being afraid of the dark when you were a kid? Did anybody have a nightlight? Like I had a nightlight? Like, yeah, you guys, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all had that little nightlight in your room. See, my nightlight was a Power Rangers nightlight. Like, that thing was so dope. It was like one of them push ones. Like, it was like one of those button-looking nightlight thingies, and I just pushed that thing at night, and I had it with me every day. If I slept at somebody else's house and I didn't have my nightlight, I did not sleep at all that night because I needed to have my nightlight. Now listen, this other thing that I was afraid of. Most people might not be afraid of this person, I would say. But this person I was afraid of. It was a specific person that I was afraid of. One person. One person that was in my family. It's a she. And this person was my grandmother. She was scary. She was so, oh my God. My grandma was, I'm getting flashbacks. Oh my gosh. Whoa. I was scared of my grandma. My grandma was the scariest lady ever. She was so, listen, one time when I would go and visit my grandma like every summer at Puerto Rico. And shout out to Puerto Rico. Oh, yeah, y'all know what it is. Anyway, I would go to Puerto Rico. And I would go visit my grandma. And she didn't have a car. So we literally walked everywhere. Now, see, the thing about this is that anytime I went to Kmart with my grandma, we would walk up this little trail. And every time we walked up this trail, she would tell us, you better watch where you're walking, because if you fall, I will beat you on top of that. Boy, you better not fall, because if you fall, you going to get this belt. Who does that? Who? Please tell me. Who does that? My grandma, that's who. She would, like, where's the logic in that? That, hey, you might break your arm. You might scrape your knee, but guess what? I'm going to give you a beating on top of it because it's your fault. Really? 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 Now, this other thing that I'm afraid of, a lot of people are afraid of it. Or not. Yeah, I guess I'll say a lot of people are probably afraid of it. But everybody is going to do this very thing. Everybody has to do it at some point in their life. Now, this thing, I realized that I was afraid of it when I was a kid. When one night, me and my cousin, we got in like one of those like deep conversations, when you stay over a family member's house, like you just get in those deep conversations. And we got in a deep conversation and we talked about this very thing. We talked about death. We talked about dying. And I remember that night we got in this deep conversation about dying and what's going to happen when we die. And listen, I was so scared of dying that I remember busting out into tears because I didn't want to die. Because I was afraid to die. Now, Stephen, he did a message similar to this. You might die today. This is my best Stephen impersonation right now. You might die today. You might die today. That's my Stephen impersonation right now. But listen, I was afraid of death and I was scared of it. But listen, I'm not scared about dying anymore. Because I might die today. I might die today. But listen, I'm not scared. You know why? Because I have hope and trust that Jesus has my back. And that what he did on the cross, what he did when he was on the cross, paid the price for me to live in eternity with Jesus Christ. So guess what? I don't have anything to worry about, because you know why? Jesus has my back. And when I die, I already know that I'm going to spend eternity with him, because I believe in him and he is Lord of my life, and I trust in him. In the Bible, it speaks about how we shouldn't be afraid of death. And this verse that speaks about this is in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 53 through 55. And it goes like this: For our dying bodies must be transformed into bodies that will never die. Our mortal bodies must be transformed into mortal bodies. Then, when our dying bodies have been transformed into bodies that will never die, this scripture will be fulfilled. Death is swallowed up by victory. O death, where is your victory? O death, where is your sting? And I love that last part. Oh death, where is your victory? Oh death, where is your sting? Like, that's just so encouraging to know, like, oh death, where's your victory? Like, you can't touch this. You can't touch my spirit, because guess what? You have no hold on me, because I have my hope and my trust in Jesus. And that's just so encouraging to know that no matter what, no matter how scary or how, nervous or how much unknown there is about after death, there's one thing that we do know, and that is we don't need to worry, we don't need to stress, we don't need to be anxious about what's going to happen on the other side of death. And just like Pastor Steven says, today we might die. You might die today. But guess what? We have nothing to worry about if we die today, because we have Jesus within us and we have Jesus in our heart. And listen, our lives, they're short. The average person lives like about 90 years. And that's nothing. That's a mist in comparison to eternity. Guess what? Eternity is forever. It's never ending. And we can hope and trust in that. So listen, you might have gone through some hard things in your life. Or maybe you haven't gone through any hard things in your life. Or you might go through some challenging things in your life. Listen, any of those things you might go through is nothing compared to eternity. And you could always be confident in saying, you know what? This is happening right now. But guess what? I know where I'm going. I'm going to heaven. And we don't have to worry about homework, like I said, though. We still don't have to worry about that. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, we don't have to worry about a lot of responsibilities up there. We don't have to worry about a lot of things that stress us out. Because guess what? We're going to be in eternity with Jesus Christ. And that's what it's all about. So we're about to break off into life groups. And I want you guys to talk about this subject and talk about, what's going to happen, when we die. Or even we have some questions in there. What do you want people to say about you when you pass away? If you're afraid of death, you could be confident in this one thing, that no matter what, if you hope and trust in Jesus, you have nothing to be afraid of. Let's go into our life groups and let's get it poppin'.